Hey, Drew, you killed this shit.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back once again with the fellas in the four corners of wrestling. I am your host, Marshall, Mr. Soulman Simmons. And I got my guys here today, but before I get to them, I want to remind you guys that this is a 613 Faye production. So go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and that notification so you know you can hear when we dropping a new show. All right. So what's up, Quabo from the Blue Corner Silver Spring by way of DC? What's up, baby?
What's going on, Soul Man?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, taking it one day at a time, doggy. You know how I go.
Oh, yeah, clanging and banging every day, right?
Hey, baby.
Hey, I was in the Soul Man gym the other day, and I was like, you know what? I would do him some disrespect if I didn't clang and bang some weights out here. So, you know, hey. I've been pumping, you know.
Hey, about to be summertime, man. You know what I'm saying? The ladies gonna be out there looking, boy. You know, you gotta get it right.
You know
get it right.
The myth, the symbol.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Speaking of symbols, you know what I'm saying? We gotta bring my man, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Hollywood from the gold corners, diamond studded. You know what I'm saying? He out there in the Hollywood Hills. You also know him as the Love Guru. Mike T. What's up,
Jose, first of all, let's set this off right. As a new member of the cast, we have to tell the truth now for everything that we do. Jose, you weren't clanging and banging a goddamn thing.
Oh.
Okay? Let's not lie to the people.
Come see me in the gym.
Listen, we might have new members on the panel. We might have new members of the show. But what we're going to always do is keep it truthful and factual. Jose was not clanging and banging anything but sandwiches. So,
oh shit, he lied to me, Mike.
I don't even eat sandwiches.
You know what he was clanging and banging, Marshall?
What's that?
Kitchen utensils. That's what he was.
You said you was clanging on pots and pans, bro. Oh, damn. He said you was getting a pre-workout meal and you didn't even get the workout in, baby.
Listen, he was doing curls with the fork.
Oh man, hey, he went major pain on you, Quavo. One tough.
Hey, everyone out there, I'm here. I was the guest host once, and all of Hollywood Nation. That's my fan base. I come with the fan base, people. Hollywood Nation, they all loved me, so they asked me to come back. So I said, I'm gonna be back on this show, and I'm gonna give these people, I'm gonna give them hell, man, because we had fake heels on this show. We had tweeners on this show. I'm gonna show you guys what a real heel is. Okay, let's get it.
Shit. There you go. There T.I. is. So welcome, fellas. Hey, I'm loving it. Break out the chairs, break out the tables. Let's get it going. All right. So we're going to jump into our first topic. And the first topic is pay-per-view of the week. So for all you fans out there that's been asking us to do ECW, guess what? We did it. And it was the very first ECW pay-per-view. And I'm going to give a second. Oh, you know what? Pause that right there. Because I got to show respect. Okay? R.I.P. to Mr. Jim Crockett Jr. All right? Passed away. Man, icon. icon of the wrestling business. You know, we got stars like Wahoo McDaniels from him. We got Ric Flair from him. You know, the NWA was transferred over to WCW. You know, so we wouldn't have stars like Booker T, you know what I mean? Or Buff Bagwell, you know what I mean? Or my guy, which some people don't like, I don't care, the big bad booty daddy, Diamond Dallas Page, you know, all your favorite WCW stars that end up transferring over to WWF, which is now the WWE, and that went elsewhere. You know, he was a big part of it. And before I get the thoughts on the guys, you know, I want to give, we got to, the 10-second bell count or 10 seconds of silence for Jim Crockett Jr. All right. Rest in peace, Jim Crockett Jr. Quabo, Hollywood, what are your thoughts on Jim Crockett Jr.? One of y'all jump in.
Well, I'll definitely say a little bit about Jim Crockett Jr. And you know, I'm more of a new school guy, so I wasn't able to really appreciate all the stuff that he did for the wrestling industry. But it does go to show you that he did make a mark. And yeah, even though we don't see it nowadays as much because Vince took over and the network ended up reigning, so we didn't really get to see a lot out of it, but we can see that he did make a mark. He was NWA president. And then on top of that, just knowing all the little things that he had his hand in, but he also did 3 terms as president. So that should just go to show you like how much, I guess, the talents believed in him. And it just goes to show he put in some work. I wish I could have definitely learned a lot more. But seeing how everything played out nowadays, you see how the network changed and revolutionized everything. So, but I'm glad that he did make that effort and put a lot of time, a lot of work into wrestling and making it happen. So we
Yeah,
appreciate you, man.
definitely. One person I can associate when I think of Jim Crockett Jr. One person that comes to mind for me is Jim Cornette. So yeah, he was a big inspiration for a lot of guys out there. Hollywood, what you think about Jim Crockett Jr.? What are your thoughts?
Well, man, Jose said, and this is not a diss, because this is a serious topic, so I don't want to, get to, I'll break kayfabe for this. Jose says that he's a new school guy, but I got to give Jose his credit because he was the one that brought it to our attention for the most part. And when you go back and you think about, Jim Crockett and the NWA, like you said earlier, it's so much wrestling, so much greatness we wouldn't have got. We wouldn't have gotten Stunning Steve, Steve Austin. We wouldn't have gotten Paulie Dangerously,
My guy.
Yeah, Paul Heyman. We wouldn't have gotten Sting. We wouldn't have gotten a lot of wrestling that we grew to accustomed to love. I was watching it back then, and for us, Marshall, I think when we first came up watching wrestling, we didn't know who the promoters were. That was kind of like a Vince and Eric Bischoff thing when the Monday Night War started. That was when you started to get to know who the booker was. But just to know how much he's done, how much his family's done, just want to send his condolences to him definitely because, it's sad when you lose somebody, especially someone that big in the wrestling industry. So I'm glad he kind of got his roses. And yeah, man, shouts out to his family and prayers to them, and they'll get through this time together.
Definitely. So like I said, prayers going out to the Crockett family. We're praying for you. Thoughts are with you. And once again, RIP to Jim Crockett Jr. All right. So moving on. Now we get into the pay-per-view of the week, which was ECW, Barely Legal from 1997. All right. The actual date was April 13th, for those of you that don't know. And this was actually pushed back because of New Jack crazy ass doing that crazy stabbing shit. You know, it wasn't supposed to air. The networks was like, nope, y'all got that crazy shit going on. Nah, we don't want it. But Paul Heyman, being the genius that he is, worked his magic. You know, he got the gift of gab. And April 13th was the date. All right. So we're going to go down the card and we're going to do this thing together, man, because this shit was crazy. You know what I mean? You had Joey Styles, and I ain't seen Joey Styles. This shit took me back, Quavo in Hollywood. This shit took me back when I seen Joey Styles out there by himself talking shit. It's like, that's the same motherfucker that Dick Bradshaw. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. What y'all think about Joey Styles starting it off, man? What y'all think? Let's start with you, Hollywood.
You know, when we get a competent host on this show, you know, I'll get to let the fans know more about me. You know, you didn't say, you know, my wrestling background and nothing. No one knows anything about me. No, it's too late.
I figured you gave all that out when you came on the show. You know, you was. Let's address this right now. We about to Jose Quavo.
No.
By the door, you know what I'm saying? Get the lumberjacks out here because I got a bone to pick with Hollywood.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? No. Let me get my table and stand this.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! You know what I'm saying? Because you called me out, baby, and we here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was kind enough to let you keep my chair warm, and you was going at my guy Quavo. You was going at my guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you start talking about my pizza with ketchup.
No. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Wasn't you?
That was not me.
I got a DM saying Mike's going in on
Listen,
your ketchup.
I was the one that was holding you down. And one thing that everyone should know about me, and I'm sure Marshall and Jose knows this about me, I dish it out equally. So I wasn't just going on Quavo. I was going on all the marks. They were marks.
Well, Quavo held me down with my pizza and my ketchup, so I got his back. My manager did what he was supposed to do, as he said.
You're right. And you know what? Moving forward on this show, you know, we all know, the fans that listen to this show know that Quavo is your favorite. Well, again, super kick, I am going to be your most hated. Now, getting back to what you asked me. Okay. Joey Styles is one of the greatest commentators ever that doesn't get his credit. He was, I mean, it just, you know, the thing with him, not only does he do it by himself, but he's entertaining as hell, man. Like, he's just entertaining as hell, and like just to see the pay-per-view opening with him, it was a good nostalgic thing. It makes me remember when he was in WWE. I think, you know, put it this way, and this might be a common thread moving forward, because I'm going to say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Maybe they should have kept him over Michael Cole.
Yeah.
You know, because
I agree.
You know, but I get it. You know, he's a professional wrestler, commentator. Michael Cole's a sports entertainment commentator. But yeah, man, I don't want to take up too much time. But Joey Styles, man, that guy is great, man. Is he in the WWE Hall of Fame? Probably not, right?
I don't think he is because of the way that he left.
Right, but he has come back and done stuff with them. So I don't think it's, you know, Vince is always, it's business if it's good, best for business, and you know, Vince always puts his pride aside and his ego aside a lot of times. So he may get in. He definitely should get in, and and he definitely should get in. And that was pretty cool, man. Just to see the feeling of seeing him first. The first thing you see, you know. We're going back doing a watch pay-per-view. And, you know, I've done these with you guys every week, even before I was on the show. And just to go back and see this and start with him, it was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like we actually got somebody in there calling the fucking moves. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get that from WWE because, like you said, they want that entertainment factor. But I actually like the call by call with Joey Styles. You know, at certain times, it was like a little dead. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like body slam, clothesline, double clothesline. So like at that point, it kind of died on. But when the shit started picking up, like when he calls a lucha libre match, yeah, it's entertaining as fuck.
Or what he calls a hardcore match too. Like
yeah.
he was selling a lot of, and we're going to talk about this when we get into detail, but he was selling a lot of the moves himself.
Yeah.
He was getting you invested in the match. That's one thing about him. Even when his WWE run, it was like when you listen to a match called by Joey Styles, he gets you invested in it. Like he's getting hurt. Like he's taking the chair shot. Like, oh my god,
right.
Someone, right? Someone just hit his ass with a chair. Like,
right,
it's very few. It's very few that have that that lineage of being that good and getting you emotionally invested. Tony Schiavone, when he was in his prime, he was one of those. Like now it sucks when he says this thing, but back in the day when he said it, you knew
it got you amped.
Right, business was about to pick up. Of course, Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, Paul. But Joey Styles just being by himself doing it, and I agree with you. It was some dull spots where it was like, all right, he should have somebody else out there. But yeah, man, much props to Joey Styles, man.
Yeah, definitely. Quabo.
Oh yeah, Joey Styles is one of my favorite commentators. I like seeing him in TNA too, and seeing him in the WWE, but seeing him in this match, oh my goodness! I mean, well, not in this match, but seeing him in this pay-per-view was definitely fun to watch. But also seeing the Dudleys interrupt him, like I was like, oh, he finna have some fun tonight. He finna have the fun tonight. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed him opening it up. It was a good breath of fresh air because it did kind of like give me that warped callback where I was like, oh, I just thought of TNA. Oh, I just thought of WWE, and ooh, bam, all of this from watching ECW pay-per-view. So it was definitely worth watching to start off.
Lord have fucking mercy. This motherfucker has to be the TNA mark 15 minutes into the goddamn show. Lord have mercy.
I was hoping he didn't go too far in. I was like, am I going to have to pull him back? Well, good with that, Quavo. But speaking, because you jumped the gun on me, went into the Dudleys interrupting them. That was the first match, and to Mike's credit, said this match was hilarious when Joey Styles was commentating it, but that's what that's what I want. I want that entertainment. You know what I mean? So the first match we had Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley Boys, who were the tag team champs, versus John Kronos and my man, Perry Saturn, who had fucking hair at the time. And I was like, Saturn got hair? Like, shit. But when Joey Styles calls out total elimination, that is like the funniest shit to me and like one of the highlights of this match. So I'm going to go around and get you guys started. All right, we're going to start with you, Quavo. What did you think about the first match, the Dudley Boys versus the Eliminators?
I think that the match was fairly entertaining. I mean, it wasn't, look at it this way. For an opening match, it was decent enough that you would get a couple laughs in, and at the same time, you would get some decent work. The storytelling was good too. Sign guy in there. Why, bro?
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, having the Eliminators be entertaining but still do it in hot pink tights, I'm like, bruh, who does the wardrobe? But I guess whatever. But they were doing some decent martial arts moves, some high flying, and I actually expected the Dudleys to do a little more like of a beatdown, but seeing that they were building up the Eliminators to win this one, it was definitely, seeing it was worth watching that. I thought it was a little dope. But then hearing the crowd like chant Saturn, I was like, what? Wait, for real? Like it kind of like boggled my mind for a second, but like I said, because I'm so new school to it, I'm like, I didn't really know he had that kind of a pop in the ECW setting, you know what I mean? But dude, him and Brodus with the 450 splash, like it was incredible. I thought
that was sick. Yeah,
I thought the ending was nice. It was clean. The pop was ending like it was decent. It was decent.
Yeah. Okay. Hollywood, I know you enjoyed this thing, man. Like Joey, total elimination. Like that shit had me weak, bro. Like, what'd you think about the match?
Well, I'm gonna do like Pipe Bomb used to do, and I have some notes. Okay, so I enjoyed the match. It was a good pace match. Perry Saturn is a great worker. Of course, Quavo doesn't know who
Bama
he
had
is.
hair, dog.
Yeah, well, he had hair like
I didn't know the Bama had hair. Like, this was the year I graduated, so I don't think I was watching ECW then. You know what I mean?
Well,
I was too busy trying to get out of high school.
He had hair like Michael Jordan in '86. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really have he didn't really have hair, but I that was
there for a split second.
He did look different. He did, because when I first saw it, until they said the names, I in my mind, I'm gonna say 80% of my mind said that's Perry Saturn, but 20% was like, I didn't know if he was, if he went, I knew he was in ECW. I know that much, but I didn't know if that was him, because like you said, with the hair. So, but the match was a good pace match. It was a pretty innovative match. I do agree with Quavo though, man. Like, to me, it seemed like the Dudleys got whooped the whole match, and they were the champs.
Bubba Ray broke his ankle.
Yeah, it seemed like, and
I'm thinking they might have caught an audible or something, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Like, the Eliminators basically dominated that match.
Yeah, and it was like, for them to be the champs, they lost pretty weak, and it was like, I know, sometimes in wrestling you do a favor for somebody, and that person, when you're doing a favor for them, you're just trying to elevate that tag team or that superstar. But it's something had to have happened in this match for it to go the way it went. The Dudleys didn't really get too much offense in. They did early, but it wasn't too, like again, I have to agree with Quavo. The storytelling was a little good. It was good. I mean, if the goal was to push the Eliminators, you definitely got that out there. I love their move, their finishing move, which I was talking to Marshall earlier, is also the same move that Red Dragon uses. If you guys don't know who Red Dragon is, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. One thing I did point out, and I'm laughing while I say this, since this was the first ECW pay-per-view, and we haven't really done ECW on this show, and I'm just going to be honest, like you said, if this was 97, then I was stuck on WCW and WWE, well, WWF at the time. Does ECW have tag team rules?
Bruh, I ain't seen no tags.
Because usually when like it's a tag match and the announcer says the match, they'll tell you the type of match. They'll be like, a steel cage match for the world title. Or, something like that. They didn't say tornado tag. They didn't say nothing. And I think it's a common theme throughout this card that had tag matches, because I didn't see all four men were in the ring every time.
You know what I'm going with? I'm going with, because this was ECW, all matches were under Extreme Rules. That's what I'm going with.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
But that match wasn't really extreme.
Sense.
That match
right, but because I'm going.
No, it wasn't really as extreme as I thought it was going to be. But then again, I've thought about the Dudleys, and even though the Dudleys are an extreme tag team and people remember them kind of for being an extreme tag team, what they don't get credit for as much is they are extremely great workers. And this match
on the mic, because Devon was terrible on the mic in the beginning of that shit.
Testify!
Oh my God. I was like, shut the fuck up.
But no, he was good, I got to give Quavo some more credit, and there's not going to be too much of that on this show. But
give him a lot now. But
I got to give him some credit. When Devon was in TNA, and he was the leader of Aces and Eights, he was pretty good on the mic. If people remember that. But see, this is old school, so I could throw that in there, and people might remember that. But yeah, man.
On this pay-per-view, barely legal, 1997. He shouldn't have took the mic.
I don't know.
Bring them out.
I don't know what he was doing. But again, that's a common theme with ECW. I can't wait till we go down the rest of the card. It was a solid match. And I like Perry Saturn.
You see that lion saw he did?
Yeah, see, I don't remember him being that good. Like, he was really good in this match. This match. I can see why he was picked up, and it kind of makes me think, like, why didn't he get a bigger push? So I don't want to say that, because we could probably use that later on. in a podcast. But Perry Saturn was the star of the match to me.
Yeah. And they end up getting the win, become the new tag team champions. So that was like a good look for them. So they definitely, like you said, got that push. A lot of action. They dominated. But when Joey Styles, oh my God, bruh, you felt like Joey Styles took that damn bump. Into what you said, Hollywood. Like, damn. All right, so how would y'all rate the match? Hollywood, how would you rate the match?
I'll give it a 7.
7? All right. Quabo.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving it a 7.5. I give it 7.5.
Okay.
I liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give it an 8 because Joey Styles. And going on to the next match. So this one really took me back, man, because damn, this motherfucker looked young. And if one of our former guys was on this month, I know he would went straight for the fucking hair. All right. So I'm talking about the Lance Storm.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm
going. That fucking, what was that shit? A rat tail or mullet? Like, what the fuck? He went up against Rob Van Dam. You know what I'm saying? But my attention was to that fucking blonde shit on the back of his hair. Like, Lance Storm, what in the shit biscuit? You know what? I'm gonna blame it on because he was 28. I'm gonna say, you know what? He was young and he was in his 20s. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. But I like the match. You know what I'm saying? I always liked Lance Storm as a wrestler. Definitely a great athlete. Rob Van Dam, come on now. Like, for the longest, I thought that was Jean-Claude Van Damme's brother. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one out there doing all them damn kicks and shit. But this match was good to me. You could have took one element out, and I was pointed out to that by you, Hollywood. I'll go to you first to get your thoughts on the match because we talked about this. What was your thoughts on this match?
Well, Lance Storm, like I said, is no secret. I'm going to go to the hair first. He looked like he's a Nirvana fan mixed with MC Hammer. Like, he just looked like he had the rat tail, but he had it in a braid. But then, like, he grew up and then he started listening to punk rap, and he was like, "Let me just take this joint out because this shit, that rat tail was horrible." But to get to the match, with these two names, when you hear these two names now and you go back and you listen to a match, you think it's automatically going to be a good match. And if they delivered in this match, I would say this is when I started getting uncomfortable with the pay-per-view. Because as JR says, business started to pick up. I see why ECW was ECW in this match. Rob Van Dam came out, cut a heel promo, and I forgot Rob Van Dam was a heel because in his previous stints in other companies as a heel, he was a tweener. You know what I'm saying? None of us could really ever dislike Rob Van Dam, but he really came off as a heel in this match. Them chair shots, man, them chair shots, listen, I know that they're coworkers. I would have had to go pull my coworker aside and say, "Look, bro, you threw that drink in my face twice, the hardest you can.
Right.
Like, I get it. You got to sell it, but dog, don't hit me in the face like that again. Give me some time." Like, he threw them drinks in his face, man. He was just hitting them. Listen, that match, it was a good, solid match. It took me back to not hardcore rules, but it took me back to, what the current product could use right now as a chair match. Because we get chair matches and we see chair matches now, and there's 18 million chairs in the ring, and they just jump on the chairs. Everything.
Bama's had one chair.
Right. Well, two. They had 2 chairs. Rob Van Dam, it was 2 chairs. I remember it was 2 chairs. Lance Storm looked strong in this match. He lost the match, but
that chair shot looked weak as fuck though. Like, no credit what you were saying about Rob Van Dam throwing them chair shots to Lance Storm. When he had the chance, man, he should have rocked his ass. You know what I'm saying? Man,
he should have got a receipt
paid in full, nigga. Like, yeah, I'm cashing all that motherfucker in.
Marshall, remember when we was kids and we had to get the receipts and take them to school for school, for computers, and they was long as shit. That's how long the receipt he would have got from me after all them damn chair shots that he was doing to Lance Storm. I was
with the coupons added on the shit.
Bruh, he was chair shotting that man. And like you said, that's something I have in my notes too as well, because I'm trying to be professional at the same time that I'm an a-hole on this show. Lance, the frog splash when he kicked out it reminded me of current wrestling when you do your, and then Jim Ross talks about, how a lot of these guys do their special moves and people kick out of them. So then it's not a finisher anymore. But that kind of woke me up a little bit when he got out the frog splash. The Tiger Bomb on the chair was sick that Lance Storm did. And it was an innovative match with a lot of aerial moves and chair shots. And it was pretty cool, man. I mean, just seeing those two young, even though they weren't, they were young.
Yeah, they were young, yeah.
But even though, because I remember at one point in time, Joey Styles said that Rob Van Dam had been doing it for 7 years at that point. So
Lance Storm too.
Yeah, so they were young, but they weren't green, and it was just a good paced match, man. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it started to get cringeworthy because of the violence, but yeah, man, it was pretty solid.
Okay, Quabo, what you think about the Lance Storm Rob Van Dam match? You got to remember, it's supposed to have been Lance Storm versus Chris Cardano, but he had a bicep injury and he came out there kirking off. Oh, fuck, ECW. I'm
Candido,
not on the pay-per-view. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? But what did you think about it? And sharing with you, because I know you like crowd replies. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that crowd was crazy. When Rod, like to Mike Craig, we talked about Rob Van Dam and he came out and cut his promo and the crowd was like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
I was like, wait, what? You guys hate Rob Van Dam? Wait, when? When? I was like, hold up. Goodness great. But, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I haven't seen that kind of reaction from the crowd like this before. So watching this, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it was a little strange to me to see this, but then seeing the kind of match that they put in, I was like, damn, that shit was impressive. But like he said, this is a cringe-worthy match, bro. Like it made my head hurt, bro. This shit made my head hurt, bro.
And there were certain bodies where the crowd was like, you fucked up. You fucked up. Dude, you gotta let the crowd participation with that shit. You know?
Yes, yeah, and that's what I love about this pay-per-view, that you could like literally hear it. You can hear like you're like at the fucking pay-per-view, and that's what made this match, I guess, definitely worth watching. On top of the fact that you got great work pace, you got Rob really fucking just throwing every chair he could find at Lance. Like if it's a chair, I'm gonna throw it at him. Like right at him as soon as I get it in my hand. Like, God damn.
No, it was the same shit. It was like he would throw it, it would hit his head, then bounce on the other side of the ring, and then he would go and pick it up and throw it right back at him. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was just, here, catch this, and then super kick the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, my dude.
Hey, but to Rob Van Dam's credit, you always like seeing him throw the chair and kick somebody with it, though.
The Van Daminator. That's the Van Daminator. You know what I mean? But to Mike's credit, because me and Mike did talk about this, if you take that steel chair out, you got a pretty fucking good match, yo. I mean, minus the couple of botches. You know, you had a couple of botches, but you take the chair out, man, you got a good fucking match, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got Rob Van. Who didn't fuck with RVD?
Exactly, RVD.
You know what I'm saying? And you watch Lance Storm. Like you would fuck with Lance Storm because, like you said, like okay, these guys started when they was young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like RVD's not jumping around the ring like the way he was back then. Now, like man, you'll get one jump and a turn out of RVD now. Back then, man, he was like a fucking gummy bear and shit. Like he had just took the potion. This motherfucker was everywhere. You know?
For real.
Damn.
Yeah, and he used to be agile. You know, you could kind of see him in this match too. Like he's actually the slower one out of the two. Like you can tell that Lance is keeping pace with him, but also he's slowing down for RVD to catch up, so that way it doesn't look bad. Which I like that about Lance Storm. Aside from that freaking weird ass rat tail on the back of his head, it was good to see this match. I liked it. It was good. It was worth it.
Oh, right. Okay. So, how would you rate the match, Quavo?
That was like a B kind of match. So I would say like a 7. Yeah, it was definitely a 7.
Okay. Hollywood.
Quavo. You be thinking before you speak. I mean, you don't think before you speak. A B is not a 7. A B is a C. I mean, a 7 is a C. What fucking school?
You're going to have to go to class, but what the
No, you're
a
gonna...
7 is a B, and a B is a C is a 8.
No, because you just said a B and you gave it a 7. A 7 is a C in regular school.
But see, I rank up to S. S is 9 and 10.
What kind of school?
Hey, don't worry about the Quavo rule. It's the Quavo rule, okay?
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and just give this match if you take the chairs out, it's probably a 9. But I'm gonna give it a 7 because the chair shots, like I said, it started to get a little cringeworthy. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna go with 7 as well. You know what I mean? And crowd participation was like a factor in that, because without the crowd participation, to me, it would have been like a 5 or a 6. So next match, it's a match that I really wasn't familiar with, and I hope I say this right. Mr. Nuku. Gotta say it like that. Mr. Nuku. And if you haven't heard of Mr. Nuku, it is Japanese wrestling mixed with lucha libre style. And let me tell you, man, Joey Styles had some fun calling this joint. And I know I'm going to butcher these names. Hollywood, Quavo. Hey, I'm about to fuck these chumps up. No disrespect. All right. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So you're probably over there with your mics muted laughing at me and shit. I don't care.
No.
I was. I definitely was.
I wasn't. I felt you. I was on your side on this one, bro. Like, when you come to, matter of fact, come to me first whenever you get all the names out that you probably can't say.
Yes, I told you, man. All right, so you had to, for me, right, in this match, it's like you had to identify with like name word association. All right, so here we go. You had the great Sasuke, who was the ninja, and Grand Harada. To me, he looked like the only wrestler in the match. He looked like an older version of Tito Santana with the all black on. And then you had Grand Nawada, and this Bama looked like straight up the Green Power Ranger without the mask. All right, so it was like Tommy fucking went Oriental. No disrespect. All right, versus the worldwide known BWO, who was Terry Boy, who was the one with the orange hair, Dick Togo, who I just put Fat Boy, and then you had Taka. And if y'all remember Taka went to the WWF, all right? So what was funny to me on this match right here, Joey Styles was like, man, I'm going to catch hell calling this one. That shit was funny. Because like I said, with Boshiniku wrestling, Japanese mixed with Lucha Libre. So I would say you take Rey Mysterio and you put Shinsuke Nakamura style together, and that's what you got. Ooh. All right. So Hollywood, what did you think about the Michinoku match?
I'm gonna be brief. First of all, I am not even gonna go through what you just went through trying to say the names.
I had to practice that shit.
And it was hard to keep up with them. So what I did, I'm gonna let the fans know. For the first time ever in my history of having the WWE Network, and I've had it since day one, I used the closed captions because I didn't know who the fuck was who. When I wrote this down in my notes, I wrote the international BWO versus the other international guys. And to end it, I love the streamers.
Oh yeah. To start the match off, yeah, respect to Japan, the Japanese wrestling. Yeah, that was tight.
I yield the rest of my time to Quabo.
What the fuck?
Oh, I can't wait till we get to the rating part. Go ahead, Mo. What did you think about this match?
Yeah, oh my gosh, why? But this was, this match was hilarious from the get. Okay, I think, like you said, man, I'm not gonna try to butcher all these names. I'm definitely not gonna go through that struggle. Hell no. But I'm gonna say fake green Power Ranger. Okay, Max Dojo instructor. And my what's that? My step uncle that fucks with Los Tigres del Norte. Okay. Fighting against the international BWO. It was actually hilarious to see this, bro. I had never seen this. I was cracking up the entire time. I was like, did a pinata just go off? Where the fuck did all these streamers come from? Like,
I'm a sad pinata.
Hey, but it was definitely worth like getting a good laugh at. Like it was a palate cleanser for me because it was like, okay, you can tell that they're starting to move away from the basic American style wrestling and they're trying to like warp into different styles. And you can tell the next thing that's coming up is going to be brutal. But I think this was probably like the last thing where they were like, all right, this is for the kids while they're up. As soon as they go to sleep, we're going into the hardcore shit, which I think that's what they did. It felt like that. So, but yeah, this was, if you're going to watch it, get popcorn, get ready, and get a good laugh in. It was definitely worth watching.
Man, it was 30 minutes of what the fuck. So, how would you rate the match?
Oh no, this was a 6 at best, bro. At best. And this was a 6. Then you gotta understand, this was a 6-man tag match. So for a 6-man tag match, this was a 6 at best.
And once again, there was no tags. Like Green Power Ranger, I didn't see him make like not one fucking tag. Like every time he jumped in the ring, he would get fucked up, and then he'll come back and make his thing, and then the ref be like, "Oh, okay, everything's good." I'm like, okay. I can't wait to hear this one, Quavo. Are you ready? Hollywood, rate the match.
It was a 4.
I thought he was gonna go into negative numbers.
Oh man, no, I said 4. I was like, oh, there you
go. Oh no. Trust me. Please let's move on because
I rated a 5. I say the 5 because of the streamers. I love it.
Oh well, then yeah, that's about as high as I'm going to keep going.
Next, please. Oh, he said that's enough for me, Bob. Oh shit. Okay, so the next match we had the franchise Shane Douglas versus Pitbull number 2. I guess Pitbull number 1 was injured, and this was for the World TV match. You know, entertaining. You had my guy Rick Rude come at the end. That was like the highlight for me. You know what I mean? So, what did you guys think of this match? Hollywood, start with you.
Again, I want to be quick. You know, when the NWO, they had the little tag, they go, new world order. This match should have had botchmania. This match was botcherific. This match was botchtober. This match was botcheranious. This match was botcherific. This match was botchageous. This match was botcherific. This match was Botchamania 7, 6, and 5.
Botchamania returns.
The botch man and the wings. This match was botch in game. This match
botch in the Iron Mask.
Yeah, this match was botch in the spelling bee. This match was horrible. Okay, listen. Again, I'm going to yield my time to Quavo, but just so I get my point across, this match was botchtageous. This match was botcherific. This match was botchable, which means botch and horrible at the same time. This match,
botch vision.
But yeah, this match was Captain Botch Mania. This match was botch. This match was the Incredible Botch. This match was horrible. From the promo to the match. I should have known when the guy was wrestling somebody named Pitbull number 2 that this match was going to be horrible. When I saw that, he almost Pitbull number whatever number he is, he almost killed Shane Douglas when he threw him on the railing and botched that. So again, Quavo, you can have the rest of my time on this botcherific match.
Oh my goodness. That's going down right there. Guinness, I think that's like the most botches used in the sentence, right? Oh man.
I feel like I got hit with as many botches as Lance Storm got hit with as many chairs, bro. Botch. What the...
oh man.
Hey, yes. Let's talk about Botch Central. Let's get back into this podcast. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's ECW TV champion Shane Douglas. See, I can't even do this. Fucking Botch Central.
Botch match of the century. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. It just like you said, this was a culmination of like everything that could go wrong going wrong. And it was, for me, I thought it was hilarious to watch. I died laughing seeing this shit happening. But at the same time, it's like, damn, some people could have died that day. Like a lot of people could have died that day. And just so much unpredictability, like a lot of chaos in the ring. Like you got guardrails being a part of the match. Like what? Like literally in the match, and the guardrail is as unpredictable as Francine is ringside. Like, wait, the guardrail just fell? You're telling me he almost died? Yes. Like, what the hell?
Can you believe it? New Jack was nowhere in sight. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, can we move on from this botch? Let's move on. This botcherific match, please. My rating, before you even ask me, my rating is a fucking
botch. Negative botch. I think all of us are going to put this joint as a 0 and below.
We're gonna put this on botch. We're gonna put this one.
Yeah, botch. Yeah, never to speak of it again. We're gonna put that bitch in the box. Throw that.
I'm just glad Rick Rude came in afterwards and like I'm trying to send them out, bro. I was like, bro, doing the little twist with Bulldozer Brian kissing Francine, like
Rick. Like I knew that wasn't like Rick Rude in the road.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can tell. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was like, hey, he sold it off pretty nicely. And I love seeing that, but at the same time, I was like, thank God this botch is over. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So moving on to the next match, we had Taz versus Sabu, which was another violent ass match. And I'm gonna go. Oh, you know what? I don't think my fucking stomach can take it right now. So I'm gonna start with you, Quavo. What did you think of this match? Taz versus Sabu. With Sabu and RVD jumping Taz at the end after Taz cut that long ass promo, you know what I'm saying, with Sabu just to get fucked up.
See, and see, that's the thing. The promo up to it, I was like, man, Taz, just why? But at the same time, I was like, some of the shit he said was kicking. I liked it. I was like, the reasons why I'm gonna tap you out, it's the reason why I'm gonna make you submit is because I want to, because I can, and because Fonzie put money on it. I was like, if that ain't a reason to win, you better win. You know what I mean? And then the intensity sold it, but then coming in, I was like, damn, like Tazplex City should have been something that could have definitely been seen here. You know what I mean? I think one thing that really just popped out to me, like made my eyes like just kind of woke me up while I was watching the match, was that clothesline after like Sabu had busted his nose. Seeing that, I was like, damn, I felt that. Like I heard that clothesline. Damn. But yeah, the tax blessings were going, bro. Like he was throwing Sabu everywhere, bro. Like, damn, bro.
That's what he was known as. You know
and it was beautiful. It was
And he was
beautiful.
Suplex City before Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was
yes.
Suplex City. He would take your ass to Suplex City like shit.
Yeah, but that ending part, this is why I tell you, this is why I love watching this pay-per-view, because at the end where you see him like trying to talk good about Sabu for, handling himself in a match with him, you have that one dude in the crowd that's like, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear him clear as day. He's like, that's corny as shit, man. And I'm like, oh my God.
And that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, the crowd will let you know when you fucking up out the joke. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, bro.
I know it's an old school show, but I'm pretty sure the current wrestlers are like kind of happy. They got to hear that shit. They missing the fan, but they don't miss that shit. You know what I mean? Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, man. That joke it was fun to watch. I liked it.
Okay. Hollywood. Here we go. What did you think about
I'm gonna be brief with this one too. This one wasn't bad at all. Okay. I'm gonna say this much. I see why RVD smokes so much weed, because the violence level in this one is like, damn, what do you do after these matches? Like, where do they go after they have these ECW matches? They can't just go straight to the hotel room, because they have to go somewhere to get to man, the level of violence is like, damn, man, I know your body hurting. You got to go to the ER or something after the ECW match. Like, because, I mean, this match was violent. Yeah, it was violent. It was good. Seeing Sabu turn on Taz was pretty cool at the end with Rob Van Dam. I guess they started they were tag team partners, but I guess they, just didn't really rock with him. I didn't kind of understand the Fonz being with them, but I guess it was, he lost the money, so he went with them. But other than that, it was a solid match, man. I mean, what you're going to get from them two,
yeah.
And as seeing it though it was a pay-per-view match, that was what you're going to get from them two, and them two are definitely Hall of Famers. So yeah, man, great. I wouldn't say great, but it was a very good match. It was a very good match.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. You had, like I said, the human suplex machine, basically Brock Lesnar before Brock Lesnar, just a shorter version, and you just had the violence from Sabu, So how would you rate the match, bro? Going out.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Okay. Quavo?
I'll give this one an 8. Only if we count the after the match. Count it during the match, I would agree with Hollywood. Yeah, 7 is fair.
Okay. And I'm gonna go, 7, 8 as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, but with these two, you're gonna get what you asked for. You know what I mean? You calling for Sabu, you're gonna get violence. If you calling for Taz, you're gonna get fucking suplex like shit. All right. So the next match was a 3-way dance, right? And then whoever won this match will face the champ, who was Raven. All right. So you had Stevie Richards, the Sandman, and Terry Funk. Okay. All right, let me just say this shit now. I did not like seeing Terry Funk in that shit. He did not need to be in that shit. I understand he's the king of hardcore, a hardcore legend, and this is ECW's first pay-per-view. However, he did not need to be in that fucking match, yo. Like, he missed like 3 flips. You missed with the ladder. Sandman, you look like you done had a match before you even fucking stepped in the ring, because you're bloody and you're fucking covered with fucking beer. You done drank like 3 fucking beers. If that motherfucker didn't fucking smoke a pack of Jacks and drink a case of beer before he got into the ring, I feel like Sandman could have been fucking phenomenal. But because he had that big ass beer belly, looking like he had 4 fucking kids, dude, come on. And he was still doing the fucking shit he was doing. Oh, you could have been a fucking... Anyway, moving on. That was some stupid shit. I didn't like that match, Stevie Richards. I see why you are where you are, because that fucking shit sucked. And then Raven coming in at the end. Quavo, what you think about this match? I'll talk about it with y'all. I don't want to take up too much time on this shit. What was your thoughts on this? And this was the main event.
Hey, listeners, beware, because this shit was intense. It's not for beginners. If you just started listening to this podcast, be careful. That this match was.
I know I just went on the whole rant right there, dude, and I don't care.
Extreme.
That's why we here.
Like I'm not even ready to talk about this match. I'm still like mentally preparing myself.
Get it over, man. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
But no, I mean, it was an intense match from like beginning all the way to the end. I didn't like how they set shit up, but at the same time, this was like one of those moments where I looked and I was like, damn, Tommy Dreamer actually was cool for a second. The hell? When did that happen?
Nah. Cause that bullshit ass choke slam that shit was whack.
No, but seeing him put Big Dick Dudley through those tables, I was like, hey, that's a cool second for a moment, bro.
No, it sucked. That part sucked. They could have did it better. No, I'm not agreeing with you on that one, Quavo. I'm sorry. That shit sucked. That was another one of my what the fuck moments.
Listen, man. I've been sitting here listening for the last couple of minutes to Quavo talk about how this match could be good. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, I'm the new guy here. I'm not trying to step on any toes. So I'm just going to ask you a question, Marshall, real quick. What month was this pay-per-view in?
April.
So this was botchful. This was botcherific. This was botch-tagious. This was botch central. This was botcherific. This was botch-arama. This was
April's botch.
Yes, April's botch. That was a good one, Quavo. That was a good one. This was botch. No, this match sucked, man. Listen,
botch eye, botch
oh my god,
barely
man.
botchable,
botch party.
It was so bad that I tried to do that joke again, and it doesn't hit as hard.
Botchly legal,
botch Q.
I mean, the first time you guys hit a joke in this podcast, it was funny, but this time it's not funny because
that's like doing a sequel. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
the first is never going to be as good as the second.
No, that's because this match was so bad. Like, I don't even want to talk about this match, really. It was so bad that, okay, I'm going to try to find a good part of the match.
The end. I'm sorry.
The credits. Okay, the credits was the good part of this because I was so happy when this thing went off. Like Quavo said, this was not for the weak at heart. I guess I'm the weak at heart because this match was horrible. I'm sorry I had to cut you off, Quavo, but you just kept saying so many good things about the match, and there was nothing good about this match at all. The best part of the match was the intros, and that's it. I agree with you.
We tell the truth on this show. We tell the truth on this show, and you said a whole bunch of blasphemy right there. Untruths.
What?
Fickle.
Yeah, man. I don't know what you were talking about. This match was good, bro. Like, Sandman, I'm going to go harder on Sandman than Marshall went. Sandman looked like he's the dude at Home Depot that be telling you that he know how to build stuff that don't know how to build nothing.
You look like your Uncle Plumber that don't have a plumber license.
Right, that never did a plumbing job, but he just be, I'm a plumber. He looks like he drives a Ford F-150 and he was at the January 6th insurrection.
He looked like he's the mechanic at the old Amoco down the street that's missing the A and the M in the Amoco.
He looks like trash. I'm not going to say what type, but he looks like that.
He looks like Homer Simpson if Homer Simpson was a real person.
Terry Funk is a legend. He should not have been in this match. Stevie Richards. I actually like Stevie Richards in WWE, but this match, I mean, oh my gosh. Can we move on, please? I know we got some other good stuff, and this is not good. This match was horrible. If my rating, I'm not going to do this much on this show. I'm not going to ever cut Marshall off and skip like Jose does, but I'm going to do it this time. This match was a negative 37. As a matter of fact, this was a negative 1997 match. It was botched. It was so many botches in this match. Someone should have been hurt, really, and I'm pretty sure someone was really hurt. That's why Stevie Richards probably said, "Fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here."
What? I'm going to WWE.
Right. I'll work 300 more days, but I'm not going to be doing. Lord have mercy. All they needed, all. You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Stevie Richards went to the back and told Paul Heyman, like Shawn Michaels told Vince McMahon, "This is an unsafe work environment."
The shit wasn't wrestling, man. It wasn't that. If anything, that was sports entertainment more than wrestling.
Yeah.
That wasn't. I mean, that. Oh man, it was just.
Stevie Richard went to the back and told Paul Heyman, "Suddenly, sir, I like to leave your eye."
Can I get released? It's the first thing he went back out of Kurt. He said, "Can I get released?
Oh man,
can I get let out my contract, please?"
Man. My man did the Gail Kim. He just got out the ring and just rolled past Gorilla and everybody. Never to be seen in the ECW again. So, Quavo, what you rate this match?
For the extreme fans, this is definitely a 10 because
see, man, you can't do this shit, man.
For the extreme fans,
with the bullshit, man.
Moving on, let's move on, man.
This
motherfucker said that
I'm gonna rate this whole pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? This was their first, like I say, first one. So I'm gonna rate the whole thing as like I gotta go 7. And that's with the first 3 matches, I will have to say. Because after that, everything just turned to shit. And to Mike's credit, we talked about this. I see why ECW went down. So Hollywood, what would you rate the whole pay-per-view?
I'm not doing this shit with y'all every week if we give this pay-per-view a 7. I'm letting you know this right now.
I said because of the first 3 matches. I'm going off the first 3 matches. Well, after that, I said fuck the rest.
Okay, so listeners out there, okay, cool. He gave it a 7. I'm going to give Quavo's takes a -14 today because this motherfucker kept trying to find sugar and a whole bunch of salt. It was no fucking, this shit sucked. The pay-per-view was a 4 at best. A 4 at best. 4 at best. Those first couple of matches saved it, and the build up in the back, like that was horrible. It was.
So we're going to round it off. We're going to round Quavo's vote off. We're going to give his is going to be a 5.
You gave it a fucking 10. Fucking 10.
Yeah, no.
I didn't give it a 10.
You said the hardcore fans.
You didn't let me finish.
Fans. So
let me
hardcore fans.
Yeah, I don't even think the hardcore fans right now would give it a 10, Jose.
Exactly. So that's why we're taking yours and reevaluating and putting in the system. We came out with a 5.
Yeah,
this calibrated.
This wasn't one of those times when I'm trying to take a shot at you. I honestly think that if you go to any ECW fan right now, that was a hardcore ECW fan, and I've admitted I wasn't a hardcore ECW fan at all. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you they would tell you this is one of their worst pay-per-views. Yeah. Because this was bad. I put like this. Moving forward, we're going to do more ECW, hopefully, but I hope that I don't watch anything this bad because this was bad. This was a bad pay-per-view from the beginning. Yeah. Well, not from the beginning to the end, but it was bad.
Yeah. And like I said, even though I gave it a 7, I will tell you guys after, if you're going to watch, it's a hard watch. And I think we all can agree on that one. Moving on to something that we can appreciate, someone we can appreciate. This is Women's Appreciation Month. And we love the ladies in the 4 corners of wrestling. All right. So this woman has basically done it all in wrestling. And I don't even know how to properly, I could say I don't know how to properly introduce her, but it wouldn't even do any justice, man, because, man, she's been highlighted as someone who has broken glasses for women, who has set new limits for women, who has transcended the women's wrestling division to where they started their own revolution at the forefront. And I'm talking about the one and only Stephanie McMahon. Probably didn't do her enough justice, which I could probably never do enough justice. Former women's champ, wife to one of the biggest superstars in wrestling, Triple H, daughter to one of the biggest promoters, the biggest promoter in the world, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Jr., whatever you want to call Vince McMahon. Man, Stephanie, 4th generation promoter. You know, when I first saw Stephanie, like, she was just this little skinny girl with the hair, with the curls, daddy's little princess. And anytime I seen her on screen, it was entertaining. You know, and I think the one highlight, well, a couple of highlights for me when it came to Stephanie, when she started being on TV, on the show, was The Undertaker, when I think he kidnapped her and had her up on the cross. And when Triple H had kidnapped her, to take her to get married. That was like, now that one right there, the Triple H one, that was funny as shit. But when I seen the Undertaker had up on the cross, I was at that point in my life, but I was actually like, oh my God, Undertaker, you bastard. You know, and I was saying that in my South Park King, you bastard, you know? So what are you guys' appreciation for Steph McMahon? She's been in some of the biggest storylines in wrestling history. You know what I mean? The McMahon Hemsler era. You know what I mean? You had the Authority, which was great heel work from her. With the invasion and then the divorce from Triple H when they had that little thing going on. Then you had the Kurt Angle thing, and of course I'm jumping all over the place, but it's just things just like I say coming to mind because she's been in a lot and done a lot for the business. But what are you guys' thoughts and what is your appreciation for Stephanie McMahon? Hollywood.
Hey, it's Women's Month, Daddy-O. And you know, I gotta give Stephanie McMahon let me stop. I gotta give I gotta give Stephanie mad props, man. Like you said, man, you said pretty much all the stuff I was gonna say. You gotta stop doing that because I got good ideas too. You gotta let me say some shit too. But it's like, no, I'm just joking. I think Stephanie, man, she's from when we first saw her on TV to where she is now in the company as an ambassador for the company. She's just I guess you could say role model. She definitely put in her work. She's not just her dad's daughter. She's her own entity. If anyone is on character, is the closest heel or closest character to Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon is that. As opposed to Shane, which is, pretty much liked. Stephanie is liked behind the scenes, but on that camera, when she gets on and they say go, man, there's not too many people that can go like her on the mic. As an ambassador for the WWE, she's done a lot of great things. She's brought a lot of great initiatives. She was the one behind Connor's Cure. She's done a lot of great stuff, man. And in her own right, in the ring, she's a former women's champion. She's known to throw down in the ring, just like her father. And, she's married to Triple H, and I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping, because there's a lot of talk about, Vince selling the WWE at one point. I'm hoping that if he does, it's in Stephanie and Triple H's hands. I don't want to see it going anywhere else. You notice I said Stephanie and Triple H because I think that they balance each other out. I think Stephanie, from a business standpoint, she gets it. And I think Hunter, from a wrestling standpoint, he gets it. And that's just the perfect duo. But yeah, man, I'm proud of her, man. I remember when, this is funny. I remember when, like you said, when she was a skinny girl, and then one week she just showed up with the boobies.
The puppies.
Yeah, and Chris Jericho. Well, you notice King never said puppies when it was her.
Vince would kick his ass.
Yeah, Vince would kick it. You know what I'm saying? But I remember with Chris Jericho promo when he was like, let the bodies hit the floor, let the boobies hit the floor. And she went through a lot. Like they were calling her tramp, hoe, slut, everything. And she was she was such a good heel. She was like, her voice was annoying, and I am not like, and I wish, one thing I do wish in her career, Vince would have let her do was when they did the invasion and Shane had WCW and she had ECW, I would have liked her to get, maybe not run ECW fully, but be that figurehead type person to see like what she could have, what ECW could have been with her at the helm. Kind of like how SmackDown was when she was at the helm. But yeah, man, Stephanie's great. Stephanie's definitely a Hall of Famer without even, even if her name wasn't McMahon. If, you take McMahon out of her name and just going down her resume, and I know people are going to be like, well, you can't take McMahon out of, if you did take McMahon out of her name and you just looked at her resume, you'll be like, damn, okay, So I appreciate Steph, man, and she's a great character. She's a great businesswoman. She's a great role model for people, and yeah, man, she's not a botchamania.
Right. Right. Which one did you like her better? General manager on SmackDown or general manager on Raw?
Which one? It depends on which one she. When you talk about when they was doing the best for business, because that was.
We'll go with that one.
Well, see,
was that your favorite when she was general manager? Was that like your favorite storyline with her?
That might have been the last time Raw was good. As much as we complained about how much, like, with the internet wrestling community, IWC, sometimes we tend to complain some shit out of the show. And I would say, that heel, how can I put it? That heel presence as far as the person in charge is missing from the show. You know what I mean? Like going back to when Raw had the Raw anonymous general manager, going back to when we found out Vince was running the company, so I think, I'm gonna have to go with the most recent run when she was like, you gotta remember she was about to smack Sting. She smacked pretty much everybody. She smacked Dusty Rhodes. She smacked Daniel Bryan. She smacked anybody anybody that pretty much got in the ring with her. She smacked.
The Rock. Smacked the Rock on a couple occasions.
Yeah, well, the only person she didn't smack was CM Punk. Like she smacked John Cena probably. She was telling, she that heel. I mean, if you can say, there's a lot. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot probably better heels than Stephanie McMahon, but she probably looked one of the most comfortable heels, not of all time, maybe of all time in that role. Like when she was telling Daniel Bryan he was a B+ player. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I felt like she wasn't acting.
That's what it felt like to me. It felt like she really felt real. Yeah, or when she was telling Sting, when she called Sting, all you is a face painted freak.
Ooh.
It was like, damn, Stephanie. Or when she smacked Dusty Rhodes, it was like, damn, she probably really don't like him.
Well, she didn't like when Dusty put his hand up in her face.
Yeah, well,
she didn't like that shit because that was just Dusty. Dusty wasn't going by scripts, you know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell that she wasn't appreciative of that.
Well, but again, she's Vince's daughter, so
right.
Vince fined the man and suspended the man for patting him on the back, like So I mean I get that, but she just was Stephanie, man. To wrap it up, for myself, Stephanie was. I appreciate Stephanie in the wrestling business. I can't see her the wrestling business without her at this point. Right. If you'd asked me this question 10 years ago, maybe it might have been a different answer. But yeah, Stephanie, man, she definitely deserved the flowers, and it's fitting that we're doing her first.
Cool. All right, Quabo.
Yeah, I appreciate me some Stephanie McMahon. She's definitely put a lot of work into the WWE, just work in general. As when she debuted all the way up until now, man, chief brand officer, and she's still doing the work. Like, I don't want to take too much time either because he kind of said everything there is to say. But
I gotta get at people's resume, man.
But he did a great job of it. You gotta admit, he did a great job of it. She's been in a lot of matches. She's been I Quit matches, no holds barred. She's been one of those components that you can put in a setting and it'll amplify it. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like because she has had that exposure to this business, she's learned how to do it the same way her dad does it, and she does a damn good job. I loved watching it when it was the wars, like the siblings against dad and
her
mom.
and Shane.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, when they had Linda out
all
there,
of that, like, and you see how every little thing that she did added up to that and built it up. But yeah, like he said earlier, like Hollywood said, bro, the way she made DB look, oh my gosh, it just showed, like, it made us see DB as an underdog, or the way that everybody should have seen him, like the underdog right away, and make it pop out even more. And she had a good way of doing that. And I think that's something like, now I do agree with him, manager wise. What did he say? He said Raw or SmackDown?
Well, she was a GM on Raw and SmackDown, but her last run was on.
I said Raw.
Raw.
I said she was better. Yeah, I said she was better on. Well, she had a better show on SmackDown, but as a character, she was better on Raw.
Yeah, yeah, and I can agree with that. But yeah, man, I appreciate me some Stephanie McMahon, man. You know, shout outs to her. I hope, hey, maybe we can get her on the show. Who knows? Bye.
Hey, we be nationwide and baby. Worldwide, baby. That's what we going, baby. Come on, Steph. Give us a shout out.
Yeah, you definitely shot for the moon for that one.
What? Hey, that's what we do, right? Aim for the moon, for the stars, baby. Hey. So, Steph McMahon, we appreciate you. All right. And moving on to our next woman in Women Appreciation Month. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for a sec because I love this woman. So if I quagmire out, hey, it is what it is. All right. But next appreciation is for a wrestler that's been out there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say the name. Kia Stevens, also known as Awesome Kong, 2008 Baltimore Sun Woman of the Year. Woman, I love you. All right. I remember you in AEW. Well, you're currently in AEW, excuse me. But when you came out in TNA, I was like, there she go. You know what I mean? 2-time knockout champ. 1-time TNA knockout tag team champ. 3rd woman to enter the Royal Rumble. She entered at number 21. Girl, just doing it big. You know what I mean? Very active out there, giving back to the community. Down to earth woman. This is somebody I feel like I can actually go out and hang, chill, and have a good ass time with her. You know what I mean? She's just as real as they come, and a great worker. Like, I've seen her matches, and just awesome, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love you, giggity, giggity, giggity goo. But Quabo, I ain't gonna go too much into it. You know, I don't want to sound too bad about my girl. You know what I mean? No, I love her. You know, somebody could like Chuck. I love her.
I love her. Don't go too Jerry. Don't go too Jerry the King Law on us, okay?
Gonna mess around and be on Maury, boy. Now, Marsh, what is your obsession with? Nah, let me stop. I love her. I love her, Maury. I love her.
Lord.
But what is show me your appreciation for my boo?
Awesome. I love me some Awesome Kong too, man. Hell yeah, Amazing Kong. One of I just love what she has done in the Women of Honor. She's you know, been a Japanese stiff like Joshi style competitor for like 5 or 6 years before even coming to the WWE. So you knew once she came in, like, or before she came in to like American wrestling, not the WWE, but not to mention she has wrestled in TNA debut, and then having her debut at Extreme Rules, like you can see the kind of what's the word like smoldering fear that just like comes off of her aura when she walks into a ring and it's against divas or knockouts or whoever it is. And like come on, she's fought against Seth Rollins, dude. Like, yo, she's an amazing knockout, and I'm telling you, I love me some Awesome Kong. I was watching a promo of her with her doing a signing with Angelina Love, and just seeing how she could just intimidate Angelina, but then like, yo, you can get put through a table just as fast too. Kong don't care. So, you know, it's just
5'11". Hey, she'll do it too.
And yeah, she moves, but see, that's the other thing. Kong also knows how to make a small female wrestler look like she can take a big female wrestler. You get what I'm saying? Like her against Gail Kim, albeit you see her, you know Gail Kim can fight, but at the same time, she's got to take on Awesome Kong.
Right.
And the one that's actually beating Awesome Kong is Gail Kim, but it doesn't look like she won, you know, hands down. It was like, nah, she gave Kong a workout, you know what I mean? And so and you've seen all these good matches in the Impact Zone. So yeah, I love me some Awesome Kong, man. I wish they had done a lot more with her in the WWE setting, but seeing her in the AEW setting and just seeing how fluid she is with pretty much any platform or any promotion company, she does a great job, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was cool with the name change. You know what I'm saying? When she came out as Karma instead of Awesome Kong, I was cool with it. You know what I mean? wasn't so happy when she left, but we know why. You know what I'm saying? And definitely prayers go out to her for what happened. But yeah, she was definitely, and I got to link up with Tony Cash because hey, she downloaded a player, baby, on that WWE, the WWE 12.
Ooh.
Yeah, she a downloadable player. So yeah, we'll have to link up with Tony Cash and see what's up with that. But yeah, Hollywood, what's your appreciation?
Man,
Stevens, Awesome Kong, also known as Karma.
Man, listen, when we do these appreciations, man, I really try to go, I try to do my research and just give these people their roses. But I want to give, just like you and just like Quabo said, man, also with these appreciations, we play roles on this and, we kind of, we might joke with each other, but when we give appreciation, we would definitely make sure the people get their flowers. And Awesome Kong is Women's Month, but not only as a woman, as a Black woman, you're a trailblazer. You've done so much for Black women in wrestling and Black people in wrestling. You're one of the greatest. Like Quavo said, the Gail Kim matches, the work that she did in TNA, but then the work that she did in WWE. Like she, after China, she was one of the few women that you could believe could hold a belt in the men's division.
Exactly. Why she was in the Royal Rumble,
right?
But, only what China, Beth Phoenix,
and that's what I'm saying. But she wasn't Karma before Beth Phoenix or around the same time.
I think Karma was after Beth had did it.
Okay, well, so I mean, I'm just talking about like just in wrestling, period. Because like, was it?
I want to say they were around the same time.
That's what I'm about to say. Like when when Beth Phoenix was coming in WWE, wasn't Karma in TNA?
Oh yeah.
Right, she was Awesome Kong. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's during that time period for female wrestlers, like you just said. I'm glad you mentioned her. China, well, Beth Phoenix. You had China. You had Awesome Kong. Those were pretty much the three, and Gail Kim as well. But Gail Kim was a lot smaller, but Gail Kim as well. Those four were the four women that we took serious. When those matches came on, we knew we were going to get we weren't going to get a traditional bra and panties match.
Right. They didn't do that shit. Yeah.
Right. And even with her work with the series Glow, she did an amazing job on there. She does, when she came to AEW, it was a big thing. But what I want to say about her, kind of piggyback on for you, as we grow older, I've been watching wrestling for almost 30-something years. I know Marshall, same thing. Quavo, same thing now, but now that we're older, when we were younger, we didn't get to know a lot of these people behind the scenes. And just watching her interviews and just getting to know her and just listening to what people have said about her behind the scenes, her character on screen is the total opposite of who she is. And that's amazing.
Cool as shit.
That's facts.
Cool as fucking shit.
She's one of the coolest people that I've seen in wrestling, because a lot of them can be douchebags, man. And she's a great person. Shouts out
if you're listening, kid, hey, give us a shout out in the comments, baby. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, like we would, it would be an honor to even just meet you or to even interview you or anything, because
come on the show.
You're a trailblazer. Now, see, I wasn't gonna go that far,
I will.
Quavo be shooting for the moon, baby. Be aiming for the moon, shooting for the stars.
I just want to give you your roses right now. I don't care if you ever come on the show or not. I would like you to, but if I would just want to give you your roses and let you know that you meant a lot to wrestling and you meant a lot to a lot of Black girls coming up and a lot of Black boys coming up.
I love you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, because, your contributions will definitely... She's in the Hall of Fame, correct? Right? No, not yet.
I don't think she is yet. She's definitely well deserving of.
Yeah, she's definitely going.
She better be in it. She don't get in, we riot.
Yeah, unless she's probably just signed up, AEW for a long, long time, and they can't technically put her in, then she probably won't go in anytime soon. But she'll be in. She'll definitely be in. She'll definitely be in.
I love her. That's what we're going to.
Yep.
I love you. Awesome Kong. Kia Stevens. Karma. We appreciate you and thank you for everything you have done. All right. Moving on. This is the What Went Wrong segment. So ask you guys a question, and you guys give me your thoughts. And listeners, y'all give us your thoughts in the comment section too. All right. As long as with everything else that we've been talking about, let us know what you think. All right. So, what went wrong with Dixie Carter? All right. Continuing on with Women's Appreciation Month. You know, we're talking about the good. Hey, we got to talk about a little bit of the bad. All right. So, what went wrong with Dixie Carter, Hollywood?
Keeping it brief. Wrestling people. Yeah, keeping it brief. Wrestling people should run wrestling. Just like rap people should run rap. Just like, you know, certain people should be running certain positions. You know, a lot of times we get into these positions of business, I should say, and it takes away from the art or the creativity of what it is, what that is supposed to be. Like with record, you know, just to go to piggyback to music real quick, with record label executives, a lot of them ain't never done music before. You know, they just think they know everything about it because they know how to make money. And sometimes it takes away from the artistry of whatever the product is. So I just say Dixie, like I said, I keep it brief, you know, because it is Women's Month. And I do kind of appreciate Dixie to a certain degree. Dixie took a power bomb off the top rope into a table. You know, but wrestling people should run wrestling. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because she was president of TNA from I think it was 2003 to 2016. I believe she's still active, but my best memory I should say is that feud she had with AJ. That's that in Dixieland, and it was like okay, Quabo, what went wrong with Dixie Carter?
Man, a lot of things went wrong with Dixie Carter. But I gotta agree with Hollywood, man. I think she was busy trying to play in a game that she wasn't accustomed to. And then she switched it and started taking advice from other people and not just, you know, just keep your chalk dry. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you know you got a good thing going and people are captivated, like, albeit I actually didn't like the AJ and the Dixie feud, but at the same time, I still watched it. It was good and entertaining. So it's like
probably the only one that you remember.
Exactly. So it's like
because it was with AJ Styles.
Facts. So for me, it was like, okay, if you know your sauce is working, keep working at your sauce. I think she tried to compete too early in the big leagues against the network. And I think she should have just kept, you know, keeping the momentum and keeping the creativity, because I think what she was doing was creating a new vision or view and new angles that people could actually connect to or gravitate to. But then she started changing everything, and I personally just don't like the way it evolved. It could have been better. And unfortunately it just went down into the drain, and then it just kept circling and circling, and then, you know, we don't really talk about it now, do we?
Point blank period. You can't be a wrestling promoter and go, and I'm glad Quavo brought that up. You can't be a wrestling promoter and go against a wrestling person. Regardless of what Vince McMahon sees himself as, he might see himself as a businessman. Everyone else knows Vince McMahon is wrestling.
Facts.
WCW did it with Eric Bischoff and Jim Herd. Neither one of those guys were really wrestling people. Well, Eric Bischoff wasn't. Then TNA did it. You know, AEW is currently doing it with Tony Khan. His father just has a lot of money. And even if let's just say Tony Khan he was successful in business, you know, on his own, he still isn't a wrestling person. Wrestling people should run wrestling, you know. And I know this is the old school show, but that's kind of why NXT is one of the best programs out there, because it's a wrestling person running a wrestling show. And ironically, it's one of the only shows out there, including Raw and SmackDown, AEW, Impact, that's fully ran by a wrestling person, which is Triple H. So, you know, that's what went wrong with Dixie Carter. And she, like Quavo said, she She should have had wrestling people in there from the jump, and then she brought wrestling people in there in the jump. Technically, she brought wrestling people in there, which was Hogan and Bischoff. But again, Bischoff's not a real wrestling person.
After that,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you got self-centered Hogan. You know, so it TNA could have been something. It never was going to beat WWE. But like Quabo said,
that like I said, you I don't know, man. It at this point it's speculation because they changed and tried to be like the WWE.
No,
they could have been something different. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I think that
I feel like once they changed their ring, once they went away from the 6-sided ring, that's when everything went to shit.
I disagree with that too. What I think they went wrong was when they went on Monday nights. That's when they went wrong. That was it.
Well, yeah.
That's it. The same thing with WCW.
The 6-sided ring, you good though, because you still got.
But when did they go to Monday nights? Was that before the 6-sided rings was gone or after?
It doesn't matter to. It doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter to me because anytime that anyone's ever did that, they lost. Even though Nitro beat the WWE for a couple of weeks or 80.
And I can agree with you to that extent, but at the same time, we can't speculate on if it would have. Well, we can't see what kind of results it could have had.
Yes, we can.
For the 6-sided rings on a Monday. You get what I'm saying? Because
we don't know if the numbers. Because we
don't know if it was a 4-sided or a 6-sided.
Yes, you can. You can look up. You can look at the date.
You can definitely see what it was because we've seen another company do the same thing and it went out of business. So it doesn't matter if it was a 6-sided ring or not. The problem is, and this is going past Dixie Carter. These wrestling companies come in wanting to compete with WWE. Stop. It's like you open up. That's like
exactly.
It is. It's like. And we'll touch on this when we do the live show, I'm sure. But it's like if you open a fast food chain in your local, neighborhood or your local city. Why the fuck are you trying to compete with McDonald's? You are not going to beat McDonald's ever. WWE is McDonald's at this point. And that's what TNA, and I get what you're saying. I didn't want to, make it seem like you didn't know what you were talking about because the 6-sided ring definitely had an impact of them losing a current niche fan base. But again, all they had was a niche fan base to begin with.
Right. So once you go away from that, you basically lost everybody. Everybody else is just watching it. You know what I'm saying? For who you got. And basically, okay, I like wrestling. So now what? We're not really that invested. Because once they lost the 6-sided ring, I think that was basically to accommodate for the wrestlers at times because we've heard accounts from the wrestlers saying, "Oh, it's difficult as shit working in a 6-sided ring."
No, only the people that came in there that was from other places, like Sting.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, Sting, Hogan, and those guys. When they came in, that's what I mean. And those were the people that drove them to move to Mondays, thinking they can compete with Vince. And it was like, dude,
say who they were.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Who you are.
Yeah, like the 6-sided.
Like they say Black Panther, remember who you are.
Yeah, the 6-sided ring, it was a loss. But the thing with, here's the thing with professional wrestling. Let's just say it's 10 million people watching. 7 of them watch the WWE. Those other 3 million that's not watching the WWE only don't watch, they're a mixture of people, no, matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and bluntly say it. Them 3 million people just don't want to watch WWE. But
watching New Japan.
We can see that.
Yeah, they watching New Japan. They watching
Impact.
Right. So those people that were watching TNA weren't just watching TNA with intentions of finding a new. They were already that niche audience that just didn't want to watch WWE. So anything that would have came on that was fairly decent, they would have watched. And I think with TNA, again, with Dixie, same problem kind of with AEW. They relied on WWE stars instead of just like AJ Styles was the face of the company. And he should have never been able to leave that company.
For real.
Right.
ECW was a face of that company. He should have never, ever been able to leave that company. And if you're looking at Hall of Fame, you can pull it up, Marshall. they got more WWE guys than they got TNA originals.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Dixie, much love to you. You was trying and you tried to do your thing, but you just were successful because you was a different shark in a different type of ocean. You know, you should have just, if you, when you and your family bought the company, you should have put a wrestling person in charge. You should have just been the business person, kind of like a lot of these basketball owners are. They just put basketball people in charge, and you should have moved out the way.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So, speaking of that, things that went on.
Plus, I heard Awesome Kong said she a hoe. I heard Awesome Kong said she a hoe.
She did a nose skit. Yeah.
He said it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good one, Quavo. Good one, Quavo, because I definitely saw that too, and I wasn't going to say it, but I knew one of you guys.
I wasn't going to say it either.
I had to, bro. I was waiting for it. I was like, this is going to be over soon. I'm waiting for
it. and y'all think Quavo a sweet guy. You see that shit, right? Chair shot. All right, so tell me, fellas, with that, with you know what I'm saying, what happened with Disney Card, everything going under, and we just covered an ECW pay-per-view. Could, or do you think would ECW be successful now? I have mixed feelings personally. I think in some ways it could, and then in other ways, the shit that they do, it wouldn't. You know what I mean? Some of the shit probably wouldn't be able to be televised, you know what I'm saying? But people like violence. Quavo, what do you think?
I feel like if it was in any way existing, it would be one of those like dark net, dark web kind of shits that you would need like a VPN and some kind of hacker friend to make sure that you don't get caught watching it, because I just don't think that, one, it would have longevity. Their wrestlers just wouldn't last long.
That's for damn sure.
For damn sure. Like, they just wouldn't, bro. Like, you had Terry Funk freaking gushing an entire match, dude. And are you kidding me? Like,
Sandman, like I say, Sandman was bleeding. So that's like, let's look at this. And Hollywood, you could jump in here too, give us your thoughts. But my thing is, like, if you bring that in now, right? And like I said, this is why I'm indifferent about it. If you bring that in now with everything that's going on now, can we have somebody out there actually drinking liquor?
I wish they did.
The beer with ECW, they're going past the beer because Stone Cold was doing a beer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So now we got the Street Profits with the cup. So that would mean the ECW would have to take it a step further.
Okay.
You know, some beer money
straight up
shit.
Shots.
We doing Boilermakers out this shit.
The name of this episode is going to be called
B-52
Brief.
Bombers.
Brief is the name of the episode because I'm going to keep it brief.
Mm-hmm.
Could ECW, the words ECW exist now? Hell no. Does ECW exist now? Yes. All the independents is pretty much ECW.
Mm-hmm.
So the culture survived, but ECW wouldn't have survived, you know. And that's why a lot of these shows are independent shows, because a lot of the stuff they were doing on ECW could not be televised.
Mm-hmm.
Not in 2021.
And so to start this being an independence, that's not being televised, correct?
Right. Most of them aren't. Most of these independent shows aren't televised, you know.
Mm-hmm.
To Quavo's credit, he took one of my answers. Their wrestlers would not have survived. Their wrestlers didn't even survive then. So I mean, I'm just saying, a lot of them jumped ship to WCW and WWE. I don't even remember how many matches Stone Cold wrestled in ECW.
It wasn't that many, because after he saw that shit, he was like, nah, fuck that.
And if you think about it, ECW was out before 97. So, and that first pay-per-view wasn't until 97. Stone Cold was in before 97. So all of his matches, I don't know what TV channel they was on and what time they came on, but
they was on that local station.
Yeah, damn sure didn't come on any local stations in that area.
And it came on late at night.
Right. If it
that
did,
was another thing too.
Right. So, like you said, I think there's always, especially American culture, there's always a need for violence and things of that nature. but I just don't see a label. I don't see what channel they could be on. I just don't see it. But you know,
It have to be like a Netflix.
What about like pay-per-view? Because let's think about this. UFC is just as violent. I mean, we're seeing cats get their shit split.
Yeah, but they're doing it with fists and kicks. They're doing it with fists and kicks.
So you put it on a pay-per-view. So if you put it on a pay-per-view, does that make it better?
No, because you got people drinking and bringing out kendo sticks, and then you got people getting hit with chairs. Like UFC is pure fighting. You can see a fight anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a bar, you know what I'm saying? If people get drunk enough, you might see a fight. So people are desensitized to that. Throwing a chair in someone's face, I don't think that's passing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with WWE, I think WWE has made it so everybody has to tone it down a little bit, you know. But we'll see. You know, AEW has some stuff that they do that's kind of like, you know, ECW-ish. Impact, Quavo's favorite company, has ECW-ish stuff. But ECW as a company, nah, they wouldn't survive now.
Which is why they researched at one time and then went right back under, right?
Yeah, it was too much wrestling. It wasn't ECW anymore. It was too much wrestling.
When you make John Cena your champ, you're no longer ECW. You're no longer Extreme Championship Wrestling. Like,
well, you could have. Well, I disagree with you on that one because I think that John Cena could have been in ECW. I think a lot of guys that they had in ECW when they did the reboot could have been in the regular ECW, but WWE.
You think John Cena would have got Extreme like a Sabu?
I think that John Cena would have done anything at that point in time in his career for a check. So I think that John Cena would have gotten. I put it like this: I don't think his ability would have gotten over. But I think that his risk taking at that point in time in his career, I think that he would. I think that John Cena. I mean, we've seen John Cena bloody matches before.
Yeah. Crimson face. What is it? Crimson red face. Yeah. He did the crimson red face.
We got to remember, ECW was in the Attitude Era, but in WWE before we got PG, we had the Ruthless Aggression Era, and there was a lot of chair shots in WWE as well.
Yeah, there were.
There was a meme going out this week, and a famous meme of Stone Cold beating up Lita with the chair, and the chair shots that they were giving her was like, damn. So, yeah, you know, ECW culture still lives, but I don't think that they would be around. I don't think they would have. I just think that if I'm a wrestler, I ain't going there for no more than 2 years, if that. Yeah. You know,
and you better pay. Like, you gotta pay.
I
think that's another thing too. Back in the day, they wasn't paying like that. So you basically going out there to get fucked up for pennies.
It was an opportunity for a lot of guys, you know, and that was the great thing about
like your Lance Storms and your RVDs
and your Eddie Guerreros and your Chris Benoit's and your Chris Jericho was in ECW. Stevie Richards, you know, Perry Saturn, Taz, you know, it was a lot of opportunities for good wrestlers to go there, and it was a great time period for that time period. But nah, I can't see it. No.
Hey, still shout out to Paul Heyman for putting that.
Definitely shout out to Paul Heyman.
Shout out to Paul.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna end that segment right there, and we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna move on to the phone. I like this. one. Y'all ready? I need y'all to get y'all pens. I need y'all to get y'all papers, because it's time for One Gotta Go. All right. And we doing Managers Edition. All right. So get your pens, get your papers, and here we go. All right. The names we got today are Mr. Fuji, Jimmy Hart, Brother Love, Awesome Kong, I love you. And last but not least, we got Captain Lou Albino. So those choices are Mr. Fuji, Jimmy Hart, Brother Love, and Captain Lou. And remember the rules. Pick one that gotta go, all they work gotta go. All right. So that means Jimmy Hart stable. That's gone. Who did Brother Love bring out? Trivia question. Anyone?
Undertaker.
We don't get that introduction. Maybe we do. but we don't get it by Brother Love. All right. Captain Lou's stay gone.
Technically, that was $1 Million Man.
Hey, like I said, but Brother Love came out, so we don't get that whole Brother Love thing being out there. You know what I mean? And then Mr. Fuji. All right. So since Hollywood like jumping the gun from the gold diamond studded corner, we're gonna start with you. You got the number 1 lottery pick. Okay. Who you picking?
Bye, Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, bye.
What? What?
Jimmy Hart gotta go. Jimmy Hart gotta go. Bye, Jimmy Hart. You gotta go. I was gonna say when we first thought about this, it was gonna be Brother Love. But then, like you said, we don't get Undertaker. And it's definitely not gonna be Captain Lou Albano. So then it came down to Mr. Fuji and Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart, if you go back and you really look at it, was a mid-card manager. He was bigger than Jimmy Hart, yes, was bigger than a lot of the names that he managed. So he wasn't a mid-card manager, but he managed a lot of mid-card people. Fuji gave us Yokozuna. And if there's no Yokozuna, there's no BSK, which means there's probably no Undertaker, no Godfather. You know, it's wrestling's pretty dull without Mr. Fuji's influence. I can take away the head shrinkers. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need the head shrinkers. They could have stayed in Japan. Who else did Jimmy Hart manage? I didn't need the Jimmy Hart Hogan in WCW. That was horrible. Who else did he manage? Didn't he manage the Hart Foundation for a little bit? Yes, he did. Yeah, that sucked.
It's Jimmy Hart. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't need him doing that. You know, he's not a bad manager. He's annoying as hell. That's his role. He plays his role great. But yeah, if one gotta go, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Peace out.
Oh, bye Jimmy. For Hollywood Mike T. He said he don't need you by his side. He don't need you rubbing his shoulders, talking that smack. That's what he said. Quabo. Who gotta go?
Damn. See,
Hollywood T kicked his manager.
I'm mad you into him first. Damn. I was gonna have
man, he jumped the gun. Yeah, man.
So
that means you ain't got no excuse, man. Come on.
I'm getting rid of the mouth of the South, bro. I actually agree with him. Yeah, because I'm not getting rid of Captain Albano's quirky shit. Hell no, that's just hilarious. And not getting rid of Yokozuna, that messes up the timeline. Undertaker is the streak, so damn. That's crazy though. That's damn.
He managed Tugboat and Earthquake, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? Like, if you go down the names of who Jimmy Hart managed, like, let's be real. Shit. They weren't the greatest of stars. I mean, he did manage some. He managed some.
The timeline.
He managed some. But I mean, it's like Bret Hart was going to be Bret Hart without Jimmy Hart.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Him managing
and that whack ass little bullhorn.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. Like my guy, the tugboats, we're gonna go.
Get him, baby. Get him, baby.
Come on, baby.
Looking good, Daddy. You're looking good. You know what?
It's like, come on, man.
Oh my God.
So, and you know, I like Jimmy Hart, but for the sake of this one, it's like, come on, baby. Like, you get rid of Mr. Fuji, like Quabo said. I'm not getting rid of Yokozuna. You know, Captain Albino, he was witty. He was pretty good. He was great. He was a great one. And anybody that would get rid of him, they just don't know wrestling. Brother Love would be the one that you would get rid of, but you lose Taker.
But
and see, initially,
to be devil's advocate, Brother Love is my pick. And it's just like I said in the beginning, we could find somebody else. Like you said, $1 Million Man was Taker's guy, but we don't have Brother Love just doing the whole intro. We could find somebody else for that shit. Yeah, we lose the I love you. We lose that.
No. Based on the question, you said that we lose their career. So if we lose Brother Love, then we lose Undertaker. Period.
Brother Love created Undertaker. That was Vince's idea. Vince
We
could have
don't
found
know that.
somebody else.
No. We going. No.
He
You
could
see,
have
you
waited
changing
for Paul Bear.
Quavo. See my first show here. You see how you changing the rules?
No, variables changing, bro. I tried to tell you.
You're changing the rules, bro. You changing the
Why
rules,
do I
bro.
change the rules?
Because we never said nothing about who idea was back when we first started. Like this was Vince's idea, or this is with this person's idea. We talked about if you take one person away, you take away anything that they were a part of.
Are we taking out the tags in this one too?
Yeah. So if you take out Brother Love, then you take out Undertaker because he was his manager before Paul Bearer.
I say you could wait for Paul though, because they end up finding Paul anyway.
You can't say that if you're taking everything out. If you take everything out, that means there was no Undertaker for there to be a Paul Bearer. See, you changing the rules. You're trying to change it so that there's alternate universe.
You're just refreshing my memory right now. No, you're just refreshing my memory right now. You're not changing the rules. I'm not changing the rules.
Quavo, he's doing an Avengers Endgame. He's trying to live in a multi-universe.
Is this a no DQ match? When did this become a no DQ match? Is this hardcore rules?
He it's ECW tag team rules.
Yeah, man.
Everything is stream.
He's trying to change the whole rules of the whole thing. Talking about
I'm going to have to go back and think about that for a second. And I'm man enough to be like, okay, when you right, I'm wrong. You are right there. So
Million Dollar Man only brought him out for Survivor Series. He wasn't his mouthpiece. Once he came out, Brother Love was his mouthpiece, and then he went to Paul Bearer. So, like I'm saying, if you take away Brother Love, then you take away the Undertaker, period, because his manager originally was Brother Love. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what makes it harder to me, because if you think about it, the people that Jimmy Hart managed, they were who they're going to be anyway. They were going to be where they were on the card with him or without him. It's not like he elevated anybody, like he didn't elevate anybody really, to me, in my personal opinion. But Brother Love, I'm not saying he elevated Undertaker, but if there was no him, there would be no Taker. So,
I still feel like they could have waited, because it's not like they made Taker,
Lord have mercy.
Specifically, I'm just saying, hear me out.
This is definitely one for the people to tell us in the comments. Tell us, people. What do you think, people in the comments? Listen.
Yeah, because
this man trying my first show. My first show, he trying to cheat.
Trying to throw all these chair shots at you, bro.
I'm sorry, my second show, he trying to cheat. This is my second show.
Make you the Lance Storm of this episode.
So I'm not going to get my statement up. I'm just saying. I just feel okay. And this is my feeling. Like I say, opinions is like asshole. Everybody got one. You ain't got to agree with it. Still my fucking opinion. All right? Facts. They could have waited. You know what I mean? You don't have to bring Taker out at that point. Okay, how many superstars do Vince got on his show? And I understand the whole, that person got to go. Okay? But Brother Love was already there before Taker. So it's not like, oh, let's make the Undertaker to go with Brother Love. You can create the Undertaker and still wait for Paul Bearer and then be like, oh, we got legitimate Undertaker, we got a legitimate mortuary. Now we could break them out. Because Taker was doing shit, but being other motherfuckers.
But your scenario is speculative.
Right.
We're going based off of history.
That's why I said
tough. It's a tough one, bro. I hate it.
It is, yeah.
You hate to let one go, bro.
Yeah. And that's why I said I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong, because I thought about the rules and everything, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But it's what if? I can throw that
ifs.
It doesn't.
Hey, fans, I want to let you guys know. From now on, when we do this segment, I'm just going to give y'all the answer of whatever comes to my head, because obviously there's no rules around this piece of shit, and we can just break the rules whenever the fuck we want to break them.
Hey! I mean, you can break kayfabe when you want, so yeah. Nah, I'm fucking with you, but nah, I understand the rules, so that's why I said, you was right. I was wrong. So, I mean, I have to agree with you.
It's not about being right, brother. It's not about being right, brother. It's about following the rules. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, exactly.
Follow the rules. That's all, brother. You did a good job, brother. You gave us, you booked it in your mind. So, yeah. That's
I tried to do Tony Khan. I tried to do a Dixie Carter.
I hope you wouldn't try to do either of those two people, because, man.
No, that's what I said. But I know about wrestling. I'm
about to say, my man Marshall Simmons, he put a Marshall Simmons. Forget that. He put a Soul Man. I know Tony Khan.
Look. We talked about watching Coming to America, so I just had to take a little shot of myself right there. You know, so like they did in that show. You know what I mean? And if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Please. It's a good movie.
Plug.
Definitely a good movie.
Support Black business.
There you go, baby. There you go. Love it.
And you got nothing else to do. Might as well, man. Come on now.
Hey, it's cold as shit outside. Watch that. You're gonna laugh your ass off. But that's our show for the day, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank y'all for joining us, tuning in. Quavo, Mike T, y'all have fun today? I know Mike T did.
Man, I enjoyed myself, man. This is going to be a fun roller coaster ride because I'm going to come in here every week and give you guys the pain like Brock Lesnar.
Oh, shit. And that's coming from Hollywood Mike T.
Yes, today I'm Hollywood Mike T. Next week, I might be somebody else. I have a lot of different gimmicks. I got Hamilton Bentley. I have Wolfgang Sanchez. I have the Chili Man. I have Hollywood Mike T. I got the Love Guru. That's one of the most popular ones. So yeah, man. I'm just here to bring y'all the new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. And I'm here. I had fun, man. I loved it, man. I love it.
Hey Quavo.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Quavo, and I'm the psychopath, man. My man got more names than Dude Love, bro. I love it.
This is gonna be awesome, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You enjoy yourself today, Quavo? I know you did, man.
I had a great time, bro. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the fans are gonna expect, but this is gonna go crazy, bro.
Hey,
just
man.
hang on to your seat. Maybe change your headphones because this is gonna get wild, bro.
Hey, man.
Daddy, yo, this is gonna be a wild roller coaster ride, Daddy, yo. We're gonna go on the grooving and moving and grooving, baby. Hey.
Oh,
Hey. Hey, see, that's why. See, you know what, Marshall? I appreciate you. And I want to be on your side a little bit more because I try to get these punk motherfuckers to do that shit when I was on the show, and they would not sing back it with me. Their pride wouldn't let them sing back it with me because they knew that I was better than them.
Oh, man. Hey, well, it's nothing but love here, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here to support the Love Guru because the Love Guru love people. And I'm all about love, baby. And once again, Kia Stevens, Awesome Carmen, I love you. Can I get a one time from the Love Guru for my baby Awesome Kong? Hollywood.
Hey. Come on, Jose, give me the deep voice. Hey. No, see, you gonna plug yourself, but we should
you messing all up, man. I might have to take over base.
She's never gonna come on the show because of Quavo.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to serenade my baby, Quavo. You fucking it up, man.
You fucking it up. You jumped it out there. You know what I'm saying? Now she's gonna charge us. New Jack charges $300, so she's gonna charge us about $750. I'm gonna use my whole stimulus check to get.
I told him $25, bro. I told him $25. I think 25 is fair.
No, we're gonna have an off. You know what, Quavo? We're gonna have an off-air talk about you and money, okay?
Right. Meet us in Corella.
We should not be a struggling podcast because of you. We're a struggling podcast. We need the subs, we need the views, and it's all because of Quavo, everyone. We want you to know that.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, whatever. I'm gonna talk about you when I call Tony Cash, man. You know what I'm saying? About also calling that downloadable jump. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Tony Cash too, Gaming Pad Podcast, Thursdays at 11 on YouTube.
Return tomorrow. They return tomorrow. They're back after a break.
They back
tomorrow morning.
Oh, they went on vacation and shit.
Yeah, and you didn't let the people know. We moved, man.
Where we moved to, man? You ain't even send me the fucking. I ain't get the memo. You ain't send me the forward address.
Yeah, we moved to Wednesdays.
You just rolled out.
We moved to Wednesdays.
So y'all heard that, everybody? We packed our shit up and we moved to Wednesdays.
So if you're listening to this, this is on the Wednesday that you're listening to this. Not Thursday. We're not on Thursdays no more. We moved. You know why we moved?
To change the name.
You know why we moved? Because Quavo won't give us no money to promote the show. So we gotta pick a different day.
Some love, Quavo. come
I
from
want
love, nigga.
I just want a new old school banner. That's it.
What? You know what? I'm gonna get them girls some facts on you, man. I'm gonna get them on you. Y'all make sure y'all check them ladies from Facts out every Friday. They ain't moved, did they? They still
No,
there,
they're
right?
not. No. It sounds better Facts Friday, so we got to leave
Facts
it there.
Fridays, okay.
Yeah, it's Facts Fridays. We leave it there. They won't move it to any other day. They're perfect.
Yeah. Make sure y'all check them out. You know what I'm saying? My girl Miss Trini over there, she be holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of y'all, the six hilarious ladies. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna say 5, and 1 is just like off the meat racket. You know who the fuck you are. I be in the cut, cracking the fuck up. But,
what's up?
I always
you know what I'm
thought
talking
they were
about too,
just like,
Hollywood.
you know.
That's what I say. Yeah, I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna sing. You over there, Quavo?
Oh, what's up?
Oh no! Keep me here in the 4 corners, bro. Keep me here in the 4 corners, please. Don't send me over there. Please don't.
You keep on look. You come out with another comment like that trash ass pay-per-view being a fucking 10. You going right over there, dude.
Yeah, we definitely gonna trade your ass. We gonna do some trading in between 613. Your ass is going to the 4 corners. We're gonna let they trash your ass every week because you will have no more credibility. If we do another ECW trash ass pay-per-view and you give it a 10 like that, Quavo, you're gonna have to go look for an employment at another podcast.
We're gonna hit you with the Vince McMahon.
Tony Khan, what's up?
He'd probably sign your ass too.
She will too.
Because you like bullshit. So
oh shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm on my Vince
They be throwing
McMahon shit.
flatware out. Hey, they be throwing flatware. You gonna know it's Quavo coming in. It's gonna be snow when Sting come out and flatware when Quavo come out.
It's Quavo.
Oh my goodness!
If I see Quavo jump off the top rope at AEW, dog, that would make my fucking day, man.
Oh man!
I would laugh so hard because he would fall so flat on his face. They'll move just to let him fall. Go ahead, end the show, man. Go ahead, end the show, man. Let me stop.
I ain't taking that bump. Fuck that. Hey, this has been In the 4 Corners of Wrestling.
Hold on.
Quavo, tell the people they can find you. What's up?
Hold on. Before Quavo says that, I would love to see him fucking do a frog splash or a Marco stunt.
Oh, that would be awesome.
There will be no more Marco stunt.
Tony Khan, you know what to do.
Find me. Say that.
Find me at Jose Quavo 8. Jose Quavo 8 on all platforms.
Okay. Hollywood, let the folks know where they can find you at, man.
Well, you can find me a lot of places. So let me just narrow it down. Facebook, you can find me Michael Turner. Instagram, you can find me at mturner304. I believe. I don't know if that's the name or not. Let me look real quick. I believe that is the name. On Twitter, you can find me at Mike T304. And yes, my name on Instagram is mturner304. You can also find me behind all the 613 Faye channels, 613 Faye on Twitter, 613 Faye Productions on Facebook, 613 Faye DMV on what's the name of that place? 613 on Instagram, because I think Quavo owns 80% of the 613 names out there. So yeah, if you out there, make sure you
all platforms.
Yeah, make sure you follow us, man. Follow us. And thank you for supporting us, and thank you for everything you do for 613, man. We're just trying to grow. We're coming off the ground, like AEW, but we don't have we do have a rich person behind us, but he doesn't contribute anything. So we do this.
$1 million man.
Yeah, we do this for the love, man, and yeah, we all love wrestling. So yeah, man, thank you for having me.
Oh man,
even though you didn't say that you wanted me on, you didn't say, "Hey, Mike, thank you for being on the show." I'm just going to say thank you for having me.
As long as I've been trying to pull your ass on the show, I'm just gonna say finally, about time. That's my thank you. How about that one?
Greatness takes time. Greatness takes time. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest ever. And all you other podcasters out there, let me give you a message. Retire. I'm here now. I'm here now. Tony Khan, let me work for you. Vince, I work for you too.
let me end the show now, because he's trying to leave us, Quavo. You see that shit, right? He gonna go get Richard and leave us, and be acting like we fucking peasants and shit. Be looking down.
No,
like,
Marshall. You
better take me with you, motherfucker.
You're coming. Jose is gonna stay in the slums. I'm gonna leave Jose in the slums. Well, he doesn't live in the slums. He probably lives in a mansion right now. Probably better than us. But
with his money been in the backyard.
Yeah, you get to come, and that's it. Pipe Bomb don't get to come. Flair Country don't get to come. Quavo don't get to come. None of them get to come. They all suck.
Cool.
I'm the best.
Yeah, we're the best. Yeah, and I know
me. You like Jimmy Uso? You're Jimmy Uso.
What? Look, you mean Gorilla? You mean Gorilla? I'm like Bobby Lashley. Damn right. Almighty, baby, almighty. And you can catch the almighty Soul Man Simmons on Mr. Soul at Soulboy1521 on Twitter. Also catch me on Instagram and Facebook, Marshall Simmons. And like Hollywood said, this has been a 613 Faye production. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, leave this shit to the professionals. Don't try it at home. And we out.